Hey BC, how you doing? Christian again, doing another thread response. This time, this one I saw my good friend, good buddy, one of the coolest guy in the BC, Steve from All the West Stage, doing a response to this thread. I don't know who started this one, but we'll find out. I put the link below in the comment in the description. It's to show five masterpieces or really good records from later things that bands have put out in the more like at the end of their career, or that the last thing they have put out is as good as some of the early material. This one is more related with a band with a long catalog, with a big long career here in music, more than of course more than 10 years, 20, 30, 40, or even 50 years making music. So here I have five CDs. I think they will be I think a couple of you have not seen them before, maybe, but two of these are really well-known bands, and so let's go with the first one. This is the last studio album they have put by this classic band that defines the heavy metal style of music. They are currently working on their newest album. It's been taking a while since this one is 2018, so it's been more than 5 years from this album. But this one is Firepower. Of course, this is the last thing Rob Halford and the guys put a couple of years ago. And this is really good. It's really good return from. I think it's even better than Angel of Retribution and Redeemer of Souls, and way much better than Nostradamus. This is a good one. Unfortunately, this is the last thing they put out, and put out with Glenn Tipton still being able to play some gigs in this album. After this one, he kind of retired from touring because of his Parkinson's disease. He has been filling live shows by Andy Snip. He's been working on the studio with the guys, so let's hope he can still put some good material in this next one that we are still expecting to be released. I don't think that one will be released this year, but this is a really good one, Firepower from 2018. Please give it a try. I think you already know this one very well. The next one is the last two album done by Megadeth. It's a really good one. I like it very much. I think it's a little bit better than Dystopia. I think this one is one of the best things they have done in the last 10 years. From Endgame to this one, they have been putting some really good materials. You can still hear classic Megadeth, and you can still hear angry Dave Mustaine when he writes those lyrics on those cool riffs, and he's always surrounded by great musicians. Here we have the Brazilian guitar wizard Kiko Loureiro, and a really good drummer in Dirk Van Buren. A really good band, a really good record. Yep, Megadeth. Next one. Unfortunately, this is the last studio album by these two bands, and this one we no longer have the main musician, main guy from this band. And these two are really great ones, and they show that still classic bands or classic artists can put out good material. The first one is Motorhead with Bad Magic. This one was the last thing Lemmy and the Boys did. This one was done before, of course. Before Lemmy passed a couple of years before he passed. You can tell he was really sick. He was really weak, unfortunately. But this is a good one. And this is, I think, it was a good way to say goodbye to Megadeth, to Motorhead. You won't be disappointed if you give it a try. The only thing I don't like about this one is the cover of Sympathy for the Devil. It's a good one, but maybe it could be added as a bonus track, because this one has 12 songs and the last track is Sympathy for the Devil. But it's a good one to say goodbye to studio albums done by Lemmy and the Boys. Another one that I think this one really went under the radar because no one was expecting this band to to return to the studios and try to do some things. Unfortunately, of course, the main guy and the guy that gives the name to this band, of course, passed away a couple of years ago. I don't remember if it was before or after Lemmy. This one is from 2012, and it was a really surprise to see this band coming back. This one is the last studio album done by Fastway. This is Eat Dog Eat, and this one was recorded as a three-piece. Of course, we have Fast Eddie Clarke on lead guitar. We have Toby Jepson from the Little Angels and many other bands as vocalist, and I think as playing the bass. And a guy I can't remember, I don't know his name, and Matt B, yes, playing the drums. So they end up being a three-piece. Like I think most of their career they were a four-piece band, but here we have just as a power trio. This is really really good. If you like the first two Fastway records, you won't be disappointed trying to get this one. This is a really good last album done by the guys. I really dig this one very very much. The second track, Fade Out, it's awesome, awesome. It reminds me of the first one. Of course, it's not Dave King who we have singing here, but trust me, Toby Jepson does a great job, and the band it's firing in all cylinders. It's the Fast Eddie was still playing great guitars, great cool lyrics, and yeah, please give it a try. Fastway last studio album, Eat Dog Eat, and you will be disappointed. Please give it a try. And the last one is one from my favorite bands. This one I want to thanks again my cool friend here in DBC, Kim from This Is Music. And it's the last studio album done by buddies from Denmark. It's DAD, A Prayer for the Loud. This is a little bit much heavier than the previous one, Monster Philosophy. And this is this in Line After Dark. It's a little bit heavy. The first the opening track, Burning Stand, it's awesome. 3.43.5 minutes of pure hard rock. A little bit heavy, a little bit distortion in the guitars, and they are awesome in this album. It's I think it's one of the best things they have put as a hard rock band in the last 10 years. It's good to still hear the bands wanted to play heavy, not heavy music in the style of extreme music, but hard rock music with a kind of modern approach to their sound, but still trying to keep what they were well known in the late 80s and early 90s. So there it goes. That's my fifth pick. DD and A Prayer for the Loud. So we have 5: DD, Judas, Megadeth, Motorhead, and Fastway. So those are 5. I could easily pick maybe a couple more. I don't know if I'm going to do a part 2, maybe, because there are another couple of cool threads going around that I would like to jump and add my 2 cents to those. So that's it. That's my answer, my response. This is Cristian Dog here in Santiago, Chile, saying goodbye until next time. Bye bye.